Hello guys, welcome to Versatile and Viable. Hope things are getting better at your end too. As we are getting along with this new normal, lot of things in our lives been affected in many ways. One of the serious victim of this lockdown is our sleeping pattern. So we came up with this new series called Sleep and Mysteries, in which many aspects of sleep will be discussed. So make sure to subscribe to learn and fall in love with your sleep. In this video, let us try to understand basic concepts of sleep. What is sleep? You know, our brain stays active throughout sleep, and each stage of sleep is linked with a distinctive pattern of electrical activity known as brain waves. Sleep is divided into two basic types: rapid eye movement, REM sleep, and non-REM sleep. Typically, sleep begins with non-REM sleep. In stage 1 of non-REM sleep, we sleep lightly and can be awakened easily by noises or other disturbances. During this stage of sleep, our eyes move slowly and muscle activity slows down. You then enter stage 2 of non-REM sleep. When your eyes movement stop, your brain shows a distinctive pattern of slower brain waves with occasional bursts of rapid waves. When you progress into stage 3 of non-REM sleep, your brain waves become even slower, although they are still punctured by smaller and faster waves. By stage 4 of non-REM sleep, the brain produces extremely slow waves almost exclusively. Stages 3 and 4 are considered as deep sleep, during which it is very difficult to be awakened. Children who wet bed or sleepwalk tend to do so during these stages of 3 and 4 non-REM sleep. Deep sleep is considered the restorative part of sleep that is necessary for feeling well rested and energetic during the day. During REM sleep, your eyes move rapidly in various directions even though your eyelids remain closed. Your breathing also becomes more rapid, irregular and shallow, and your heart rate and blood pressure increases. Dreaming typically occurs during REM sleep. During this type of sleep, your arm and leg muscles are temporarily paralyzed so that you cannot act out any dreams that you may be having. Why people dream and why REM sleep is so important are not well understood. It is known that REM sleep stimulates the brain regions used in learning and the laying down of memories. Animal studies suggest that dreams may reflect the brain's sorting and selectively storing important new information acquired during wake time. While this information is processed, the brain might revisit scenes from the day while pulling up old memories. This process may explain why childhood memories can be interspersed with more recent events during dreams. Studies show, however, that other stages of sleep besides REM are also needed to form the pathways in the brain that enable us to learn and remember. Next, let us think what makes you sleep. Although you may put off going to sleep in order to squeeze more activities into your day, eventually your need for sleep becomes overwhelming and you are forced to get some sleep. Does this happen to you? This daily drive for sleep appears to be due in part to a compound known as adenosine. This natural chemical builds up in your blood as time awake increases. While you sleep, your body breaks down the adenosine. Thus, this molecule may be what your body uses to keep track of lost sleep and to trigger sleep when needed. An accumulation of adenosine and other factors might explain why, after several nights of less than optimal hours of sleep, you build up a sleep debt that you must make up by sleeping longer than normal. Usually, this is what happens in the weekends. Because of such built-in molecular feedback, you can't adapt to getting less sleep than your body needs. Eventually, a lack of sleep catches up with you. The time of day when you feel sleepy and go to sleep is also governed by your internal biological clock and environmental cues. The most important being light and darkness. Your biological clock is actually a tiny bundle of cells in your brain that responds to light signals received through your eyes. When darkness falls, the biological clock triggers the production of the hormone melatonin. This hormone makes you feel drowsy as it continues to increase during the night. Because of your biological clock, you naturally feel the most sleepy between midnight and 7 am. You may also feel a second and midday daily low in the mid afternoon between 1 pm to 4 pm. At that time, another rise occurs in melatonin production and might make you feel sleepy. Your biological clock makes you the most alert during daylight hours and most drowsy in the early morning hours. Consequently, most people do their best work during the day. Our 24/7 society, however, demands that some people work at night. Nearly one quarter of all workers work in night shifts that are not during the daytime. And more than two-thirds of these workers have a problem of sleepiness and/or difficulty of sleeping. Because their work schedules are at odds with powerful sleep regulating cues like sunlight, night shift workers often find themselves drowsy at work and they have difficulty falling or staying asleep during the daylight hours when their work schedules requires them to sleep. People are creatures of habit, and one of the hardest habits to break is the natural wake and sleep cycle. A number of psychological factors conspire to help you to sleep and wake up at the same times each day. Consequently, you may have hard time adjusting when you travel across the time zones. The light cues outside and the clock in your new location may tell you it is 8 am and you should be active. But your body is telling you it is more like 4 am and you should sleep. The end result is jet lag, sleepiness during the day, difficulty falling or staying asleep at night, poor concentration, confusion, nausea, and general malaise and irritability. So, guys, these are the basics of sleep. And as you know, there are a lot of factors that goes into your sleeping pattern. So if you think something is disturbing your sleeping pattern, eventually we should be able to put it in line. Otherwise, we may have to face the consequences. Let us discuss these things in the next video. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to Versatile and Viable.